Hi guys, this is going to be another video that's a part of the segment Amanda's Advice. I channel messages through art, but I also channel messages through wisdom. I was born on a Wednesday, which is Wednesday Wisdom, and that's also the planet of Mercury, communication. I'm here to communicate my ideas, communicate my current thoughts, or even downloads. Sometimes it's actually like a channeled message through thought, through wisdom, trying to just communicate that. But I'm also open to receiving, people communicating back to me. Sometimes it's art mixed with teaching or wisdom in the form of a tutorial, and sometimes, like right now, it's going to be advice, but then it's also like turns into a message or maybe a warning, stuff like that. Okay, today, or your message, what we're going to talk about is beware of fake struggle stories that are designed to gain your trust or designed to receive. Fake struggle stories. Okay, so rich people or people that have an advantage think that's what will make them more seasoned or relatable to normal people or people they look down upon. Or even people they're trying to get something from, like maybe listens, autographs, support, anything like that. Celebrities do this, politicians do this. It's like celebrities and rappers, although some are true and that's valid, like to take the route of I had a rough childhood or no one paved the way for me. I got out of the streets to make a name for myself. And I remember a long time ago, people were actually clowning Drake for that lyric, started from the bottom, now we here, when he actually grew up rather nicely. Imagine speaking or looking to someone you think shares the same story as you, like for comfort, but they only do it to appear more likable. It's like, I'm just like you. No, you're not. I'm getting the scenario / seeing it in the very same way as a calm person that fakes or cosplays being homeless or poor so people give them money or give them donations. There's many that have faked illnesses for public attention. I believe that's also a mental illness, maybe like histrionic personality, where extreme measures are taken to receive it, even if it's negative attention. Another twisted example is that Dee Blanchard case. The mother was literally harming her own daughter for sympathy and money, but her daughter was perfectly healthy, especially before all the unnecessary operations. It's like, were you going to keep going until she actually was sick? It's crazy, right? This can be seen in the love department. It's like, oh, I got through a really harsh divorce. I'm lonely. I had a rough childhood. That's why I am the way I am. It's like, people have just those fake sympathy things that are designed to, like, so people are, like, empathizing with them. Like, oh, that poor baby, that poor person. When in reality, it's probably the other way around. It's, like, poor people that had to deal with this person. Because that's the tactic they use as a way in for everything. And then eventually that it's gone as time progresses or as you get to know someone. The best way I can describe this energy, because I forgot to put them out, is Six of Pentacles, starting this way and ending with the Nine of Cups. That's a part of the message here. That's a part of like the warning, the significance at this time. And it's almost like that episode of SpongeBob where they're going door to door to sell chocolates, and then they come across this guy that's in this suit that makes it look like he has a broken arm, broken leg. He starts going off this like sob story where he's like, every day I can't function. Every day I break my arm. Every day I break my legs. And then he like pretends to like to fall down the stairs. And they were just looking at him with these like googly eyes, these teary eyes. And then they ended up giving him all their money when they came there to sell things. But in turn, it flipped on them. And it ends with him like pulling down his suit or unzipping. As soon as they turn their backs, as soon as they leave, it turns into this. This is a con person. It's kind of like an evil smirk. Like, I'm satisfied. I just successfully fooled another person. It's like a professional con person. They do it a lot, or they're very experienced. They start under the guise, under the mask of needing charity, needing help. Please feel sorry for me. But it's all an act. So now on to the message. I feel like it's crucial for a lot of you to look out for this behavior, especially when nowadays we're so conditioned to be accommodating, especially like women. There's a reason Ted Bundy wore fake casts and was like, oh, can you help me carry my books? Can you take these to my car? And like he would have all these different personas. It's like the wolf in sheep's clothing, taking the clothing off, unveiling. But then once they finally realize that, they've gotten conned or they've gotten killed. There's no turning back because this person is sick. And then, like, I don't know why Ted Bundy was coming up. It's like there's a lot of predators out there. Like, this can go from an extreme example, like bad people out there. This can go from people promising a service and never delivering. This can present itself as someone that's fresh out of a relationship or maybe an abuser that goes around with the same sympathy story because it's like it works every time for them. It's like people are sold on that image, sold in that story. So they're going to use it to the end of time to get what they want. Whether that's physical pleasure, whether that's someone to feel bad for them so they can be excused for their actions later on. You never know. And it's really scary, actually. I'm also hearing the boy that cried wolf. It's like these people make it harder to believe like real victims or real people that actually need help, real people with cancer that aren't faking it, real illnesses, people that have actually been through what they're claiming, where they actually need comfort. They're not just doing it to get something. So the boy that cried wolf, or the wolf in sheep's clothing, as soon as they unzip, it reveals this. It's like, look at those different clothes. It's like a switcheroo. That even looks like the same garment underneath. It's just like there's one on top. That's what people are seeing, but then here's the harsh truth underneath. Before I wrap up the message, it's like that's what it is. Beware of fake struggle stories, fake GoFundMes. That's really messed up too. People actually create fake GoFundMes when there's like a tragedy happens or there's a death or something that's like circulating around the internet. People will literally create fake GoFundMes because they know people want to help. They know people like to donate. It's a very common thing to do these days. And I feel like it's not a coincidence. I kind of view this as a synchronicity to add to this. I've been having a lot of strangers or strange people coming up to me. That doesn't usually happen to me. And I find it very ironic considering this message. I was going to do this before it even happened. And there was this guy, he's like, oh, I really don't want to play basketball myself. And he was kind of like inviting me over. And after I was like, oh, no, thank you. I'm just walking around because it was like a nice day at the park. He kept pushing. He was like, oh, like it's just, I ask people all the time and they never want to do it. And it's like, you can look at someone like that and go, maybe that really is a person that just wants company. Maybe that really is someone that I want to help. But just like on Forensic Files, it's like, there's so many instances where it starts innocent. It's like, you never know. It's like, is this bluff? Is this the boy that cried wolf? Or is this person really legit? It's like, you can't take that chance these days. And it really takes away from the people that are who they say they are, that actually do need help or assistance or company. But it's like, I'm not taking that risk with someone I don't know. And that's been happening a lot lately. It's predators on the prowl in many ways. And some of these predators are well known, famous, leeches. So it's kind of like the Jenners saying they're self-made. Like, not quite. That's not a struggle story. You were born into it. You didn't start from the bottom and rise up. So don't tell people you did. Okay, guys. That's the end of this. Amanda's art, Amanda's advice, Amanda's wisdom. Please like, subscribe, support the channel in any way you can. I would really, really, really appreciate it. And I'm also very like open to your thoughts. Like, has this been on your mind too? Have you been dealing with the same thing? Or maybe you just need, you tend to feel bad for people and you really shouldn't. Just like people shouldn't have felt bad for Ted Bundy with his fake casts, and like people will do anything, it looks innocent, but you can't trust that. You can't go off of that these days anymore, which sucks because you kind of want to. You want to help. And people prey on that very thing. You know, like I'm hearing like preying on the sheep as a wolf. Yeah. Pretty much. Okay, guys. Bye.